What's up? Jason Sins here. Today we're going to be talking about sourcing content and producing more content for Instagram Reels specifically. Now, the concept we're going to walk through here today can generally be applied for all content creation and for any other short form platform. However, for the sake of this video, we're going to be talking about Instagram. So let's walk through a quick agenda. We're going to walk through how to source trending content. Then we're going to look at how to get more content from your model. And then we're going to look at how to improve the quality of the content. And then that extra content stream for more content. Now, when it comes to sourcing content for your model, there are usually just 3 ways to do this. If there is a 4th one that I don't know about, please enlighten me because it probably sucks, but I'd be happy to hear about it. Now, I do know there are some retarded paid softwares like SpyFans, Viral Finder, softwares that essentially don't work, but say they work, but they actually don't. I don't use that. I don't know anyone who uses that, so I wouldn't recommend using that. So let's jump into the 3 most realistic options. So option 1 would be using the Telegram groups or paid services from some of the people in this space here. So essentially a Telegram group or channel where every day X amount of reels are broadcasted out, or X amount of TikToks with the trending audio are broadcasted, where you can go and see, oh, this is trending, I'm going to use this audio, going to ask my model to remake it. Because the problem is, it's not curated for your model specifically. This is created for any model. So they're picking the most viral videos at this given moment with the most viral sounds. So oftentimes, these trends rely on your model being either a 10 out of 10, or simply having assets that your model does not have, which could mean a very beautiful face, a very big butt, or a very big boobs. Now, if your model doesn't have any of those, these trends probably won't work for you. And if your model has a poor skill set in reel making, it also won't work for you. Now that leads me to option number 2, is sending a hand-picked list to your creator. And so essentially what you want to do is pick high-performing videos according to your model's niche, according to your model's looks, according to the size of her boobs, according to the size of her butt, her available shooting locations, her ability to speak English, and simply her raw skill sets or her raw skills in being able to shoot high-quality aesthetic content. So what I mean by this is you should not be sending highly unrealistic videos for your model to recreate. So if there's a video that requires a beautiful background, iPhone 14 Pro because the quality is amazing, and the person in the video is having a massive set of boobs shaking them, and you're sending this to your model with B cups, obviously this is not going to work in your favor, which is just stupid on your end to even assume that you could do that. So option number 2 is what we're going to walk through in this video. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this. Now option number 3, the influencer method, which is nothing we're going to touch on here, but this is simply just up to the model to create good, high quality content whatever it is she thinks fits, right? So no one's curating content for her. No one's telling her, copy this video, do this, do that. It's simply, hey, just film yourself, do the things you usually do, and it works, right? But these are usually influencers or influencer material from the beginning without any coaching needed. So we're going to walk through the hand-picked list. So the questions you need to ask yourself before you're doing this is simply just, what niche is my model in? Now, once you've answered that question, and if you don't have an answer, you just go on to the next question because you have to answer all of them. What niche is my model in? Does my model have big boobs? Does she have a big ass? Does she have a beautiful face? Can she record aesthetic content? Does she have a nice location to shoot at? Can she speak in the videos? Now, once you've asked yourself these questions and you've answered them truthfully, you're going to know exactly what type of content you should be giving to your model. And so, like I said, if she doesn't have big boobs, you don't send her anything that relies on having big boobs. So can she record aesthetic content? If she can't, and she can just make basic content, don't send her something that's heavily relying on aesthetics and high quality editing. Then if she doesn't have a location to shoot at, then if the videos you're looking at have, beautiful backgrounds, crazy, almost looks like a set, don't expect your creator to be able to replicate this video because the background is about 50% of the video in the first place. And then lastly, can she speak in the video? And it's simply, if she can't speak English, don't send her trends that require speaking or that require talking on camera. It's that easy. And so at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, well, how am I going to do this? You get it. You've answered all the questions for yourself. Everything is very clear. So we're simply just going to go ahead and create an Excel sheet, add hundreds of IG creators to it. Then we're going to filter them by niche and content style. And then you're going to use this sheet to review the accounts and find high quality performing videos that suit your model. Okay. And then lastly, if you have the funds for it, you're going to put a VA on the job. So we use a combination of Notion and Airtable, but I know that there's a learning curve involved with that. So in this video, we're going to be using Google Sheets as the easiest example possible. All right, so look, here is a sheet, right? We have about 200 creators here that my VA threw on. And in simple terms, what you really want to do is just add as many creators as you possibly can to your list, right? So Google Sheets, anybody can use it. It's fucking easy. So can you. Just go find a bunch of creators, throw them on a Google Sheet. Then go look at each profile, determine what niche is this profile in, right? So if all the videos are relying on the person having a big butt, you're going to put her in the big ass niche. If, for example, this is one of the AI creators with a fake prosthetic tit suit, you're going to put her in the AI big boobs niche, okay? Because these are the niches that are inherently created to these creators. So it's not always just about interest and looks. Sometimes it's simply just about the assets that they have. All right, we zoomed in. So look, you can set the different niches as you want, but this is what we have for this example here. So we have AI triple tits, we have AI big boobs, we have AI deep fake, ASMR, POV, big caption based. So these are creators that are only making videos strictly based off of the captions, which means the base video is very easy to replicate, but the only thing that's actually creative and unique about these videos is the caption and the text that goes on the screen. So if you have, let's say, a not so competent creator, maybe the caption niche would be good for you. Then we have dancing, we have deepfake, elevator, e-girl, flashing, get ready with me, gym, huge boobs, nurse, office, skits, talking, TikTok. So you can have whatever niches you want listed in here. I recommend adding niches that are relevant to your creator, but the more you have, the merrier, right? So in this situation, what a VA would do, he would go here, he would go niche. So let's say we're making this for our AI big boobs model. All right, so we click this, boom, boom. We click on the first one, just see what's going on here. Reels. All right, so what's being posted in the last few days? This video seems to have done fairly okay, right? So nothing is going extremely viral, but there's extremely steady growth. But this is how you can get a steady stream of content for your model. Review, see what's performing, see what pops off more than usual. Obviously, the further down you go, the higher the views are going to be. But in general, you can get a big overview of what's actually working, what's trending, and what your model could replicate. All right, we go back to the presentation now. So in a nutshell, that's how you should be sourcing and delivering content for your model. Now, the more creators you have on this list, the better your list is going to be. Now, the golden question is, right, how are you going to get more content from your model? And you just have to set the basic needs, set some expectations, and then repurpose properly. All right, so this is how you're going to get more content from your model. Your basic needs are going to be 1 original reel per day per IG account, at least, which means you're going to need 7 original reels per week per account. And to get more content, the easiest solution is actually just going to be ask for more and put some demands on having more and just see what happens. Now, in order to actually make this effective, you can also create systems and communicate very clearly and source content that's easier for your model to shoot in order to make this easier and actually achieve the amount of content you need. And then obviously through repurposing, you can easily multiply your content. Many ways to do this. I won't personally share the way that we are doing it at this moment because I don't think it would be beneficial to myself. However, for slave accounts that we do run, we also do CapCut adjustments that are in the form of trimming and changing saturation, lighting, adding filters, trimming the edges, making it just a little bit more of a different video. And this is something we push out on secondary slave accounts, where we don't really care too much about the content. We're just pumping out a lot of quantity. And I know you can also use spoofer tools. Personally, we don't use any of them for IG Reels specifically, but if somebody has a spoofer tool that works, sounds great to me, use it. Perfect. So last but not least, you're probably going to be wondering, okay, well, how do I improve the quality of my content because my model sucks at making content? And so what makes the content bad? Let's just focus on that and see how we can fix this, right? Camera quality, always use the back camera. That's going to be your first fix. If that doesn't work, you're going to have to go get a new phone, right? And then if we're looking at the lighting, the most basic solution is going to be a ring light, but it's obviously always going to be better to shoot in front of a really big, nice, bright window. And if the outfits are a problem, let's say the outfits are just not looking aesthetic in some way, you just need to buy her trendy US style outfits, crop tops, short shorts, anything trending from Shein at the moment, or niched style outfits that actually make the videos more interesting. And if the background is bad, you can simply just pay for an Airbnb. So usually if the content is bad, it means that your model is in South America somewhere, which to your advantage means that 5-star, 4-star hotels are under $100 a night, which means you can ask your model to visit one of these places and shoot content for the weeks ahead. And then lastly, what makes content bad is really just the content choice. And like we spoke about this before, picking the right content for your creator, because if you pick the wrong content for your creator, it's going to be crap just because the cards are not in her advantage and you're putting unrealistic expectations on her. Okay, so I think everyone gets that. So let's just jump into the last bit of the video. And this is going to be how we're going to be creating an extra content stream if you want to be pumping out content on slave accounts. Or if your model just simply can't produce the reels you want her to do, this is going to be your absolute easiest solution to getting more content. You're going to ask the model to create one 10-minute long video where she does everything, imaginable. Now that means she's doing faces, she's doing dances, random stuff, jumping into frame, jumping out of frame, shaking her boobs, kissing the camera, jumping on the bed, yoga positions, just a whole list of randomized stuff in one long 10-minute video where she sets her ring light and her phone up and she just goes wild for those 10 minutes. Now, with this 10-minute video, it's very easy for her to record. She just has to show up for 10 minutes, do these random things, which is maybe a bit cringe, but she'll survive and it'll be good for you in the end. Now, you can take this video, pass it to a VA. If you're chopping it up to anywhere between 3 to 10 seconds, you're going to have at least 60 reels to work with, depending on how well she actually made this 10-minute video, given that most scenes are usable, right? But let's say you get 60 pieces of content. Now you can run caption-based marketing where you're putting text on the screen that is the main attribute of the video, and your model and her looks are usually the background of it. Then you just slap some trending audio onto it, and boom, you have slave accounts that can pump out content. All right, that's it for this video. Not the most complicated video in the world, not the most complicated concept either, but a very essential component to you being able to successfully market your model is having a good stream of short form content. All right, so Telegram group down below. That's it for this video. Thanks.